So next, my friend Pollution Penny decides to drive off, and while she's driving off, guess what happens to her car? She has an oil spill. Oh no.
Students from the Center for Aquatic Sciences are using this display to teach children at an Earth Fair how motor oil and other pollutants get into waterways. Urban waterways, such as the Cooper River, often have higher levels of pollutants called volatile organic compounds.
You can think of that because there are more cars, there's more industry in those areas, more emissions. Anything with our automobiles, as we're driving our automobiles, as the brakes wear down and as there's exhaust coming out of those automobiles, all that kind of creates volatile organic compounds that often get on the road and then get into the dust of the road, and when the rainstorm comes, washes off into your nearest storm drain.
A 2006 U.S. Geological Survey study found that 92% of the streams sampled in the Delaware River watershed had one or more volatile organic compounds in them.
In general, VOCs cause health impacts, right? Pregnant women, women of reproducing age have a very big concern of VOCs.
The Center for Aquatic Sciences students have also learned to monitor the health of the Cooper River. Pollutants from heavy development around the river have led researchers to call this waterway impaired. The students collect samples and check temperature, turbidity, pH, and other conditions.
I got 7, which is really good. For the pH, that's really good. The right number is 7.5, like for where the animals to live. So you don't want it to go higher because that's not safe for the animals, and you don't want it to be lower because that's not safe. So around like 7 or 7.5, it's like a good neutral number for the animals to live in, where animals can live.
Another problem, pet and animal waste that gets washed into rivers, lakes, and streams.
It actually causes bacteria in the water supply. So essentially, an example is Cooper River that has high levels of phosphorus and bacteria. That waterway has nutrients, and nutrients cause a dissolved oxygen plummet eventually through the water cycle.
Christopher Castillo is checking on nitrate levels and finds a significantly higher reading in this sample.
But it's still something that we would try not to have because it could still become hazardous to people's healths. And certain ways that you can go around that is using eco-friendly fertilizers.
There are other steps people can take to reduce their impact on water quality. Homeowners should use porous pavement material instead of coal tar sealants used on many driveways and roadways.
As that runs off, they found very high levels of volatile organic compounds in nearby streams, and in fact then they found impaired water critters that live there. Diversity really decreases from that coal tar seal coat.
Homeowners should also dispose of chemicals properly, check cars for oil or antifreeze leaks, use fertilizers sparingly, plant native plants instead of grassy lawns, and reduce the use of harmful pesticides. Despite the heavy pollution loads, the students say they have seen conditions improve in the Cooper during the time they've spent along the banks of this river.
I'm not the type of I wasn't the type of outdoors person. So now I like being outside more, prefer than inside.
In our next segment, we'll take a look at other types of pollution that damage waterways.
Like, a lot of people don't understand the consequences of their actions.